So what we've got so far, our bat moves left and right. It falls. We can make it fly with flapping its wings. We needed something to stand on, something for it to rest on. So here we're going to make some platforms. Now, sadly, there's no platforms already developed, so we're going to have to make one. So down here is how we can make a new sprite. And this is using the sprite library. We don't want to use something that's already there because there's nothing there that will give us what we want. We want to use the next one, the paintbrush. Now we are going to create a platform. Easiest way to do a platform is a rectangle. Now I want to make it grassy. I'm going to put it across like that. You can readjust it. There's so many things you can do here. It's a pretty full-fledged animated thing. I want to fill it in much better. Now, a lot of platforms, especially if you look at Minecraft, that's a really good example. They've got, the top is the grass, and there's a little bit of dirt underneath. So I'm just going to go here, do that, and put a little bit of dirt underneath. Now, I'm just going to make it just fit in, and then I can use the fill tool. Now there's a lot I actually need to. I've got a little bit of bump here. I'm going to leave it like that. You may want to make sure you don't have something like that. I'm going to give it a name. Platform. Now that's the name of the costume. It gets confusing. You've got the sprite, and you've got multiple costumes for each. We're going to name this sprite as well, platform. So down here, let's look at the little blue eye. We click on it and can change this to platform. You may want to give it a different name. That's up to you. Now we're going to click on the bat here and go back to the scripts. Now we've got a platform, the bat. The bat should fall and stop on the ground. That's what we want. We've got something there, it's something for it to fall on. Let's see if it works. Press the green flag, and it just goes straight through. Okay, well maybe it's because it didn't start on it. I'm going to put the platform underneath where it falls. So it must hit it. Let's press green flag, and it goes straight through. And the reason it goes straight through is we didn't tell it not to. This is one of the problems with programming. You need to think of every single thing that happens. So we need to make it so that if the bat touches the platform, it will stop going down. But we only want it if it touches the top of the platform to start going around. So stop going down. Notice how the top of the platform is green. We're going to use that. So if you click back on the bat, because this is about the bat moving, I'm going to put in another event flag. And again, I want it to always be checking. We go back to the control and a forever loop. Now we're checking if something happens. So we want to use the if then. I'm going to throw that in there. Now I'm going to say if the bat's touching the green. So we need to go to sensing and we've got touching color. That's what we want. Let's put it over here. But the color in here is blue. Let's click on it. Now look at where it says touching color. Keep an eye on that. Whenever I'm moving the mouse across the screen, it changes to that color. So I'm going to go over and click on the green. Now, this is another way where computers are annoying. It has to be the exact same color. If it's a slightly different green, it won't work. So that's why we do this, clicking on it to find out exactly the right green. So if it's touching that green, we want to change something. We want to change gravity Oh, I made a mistake. We want an if or an else. Now, there is a difference with an if and an if then else. An if statement is, if that happens, do this. An if then else statement is, if this happens, do it. Otherwise, do something else. Good example is your mum saying, or mum or dad saying, if your room is clean, then you can go and play. You need to have the first thing done, and then you can do the next group. Okay. So we're going to need to get that sorted. So we need touch, throw that in there. We can get rid of this original if for now, and throw that in the forever loop. Now, if it's touching, we are going to be a bit tricky. We're going to play with gravity. Now, earlier I said we need gravity to be a variable. This is why. So we can do some really changing. We can change around and do whatever we want with it. So down here, we want to set on the fly gravity. So click on that little down arrow to change what it is. Set gravity to 0. Now, if it's not touching green, we want gravity to be just like up here, 5. Okay. Let's test it out. So I'm going to press the green flag. Yes, it has stopped. Up. So if I go left, it's off there, it falls down. Now it can still go up through the platform. We'll look at a way of changing that in the next video.